he spoke about playing in Oracle Arena, how the Bay Area was so receptive to him. He never had any problems. Also saying that that's the best crowd in the NBA ever. And he was saying that even when they were losing and getting demolished by teams, they were showing up like they was winning championships like the Golden State Warriors under the Steph Curry era. So those were some interesting facts, man. He said he has a lot of love for the Bay, and if it wasn't for it being so hot out there, he would actually live there. Uh, Monte Monte was a bucket, man. Like everybody knows who's tapped in with basketball. They know he could score, and he played bigger than his size. And for him not to have made the All Star team not one time was, you know, questionable. So they asked him about that. And shout out to Zach Randolph and Tony Allen, because it says a lot about their character that Monte will even be willing to sit down and talk about, all these things with them, because he know they not messy and they don't, throw a brick and hide their hand. So he was open to talking about things like that, because that's a sensitive thing to talk about as a professional athlete, when you know and your peers know that you're worthy of certain accolades and you don't get it. And I'm sure there's some hurt behind it. I mean, he admitted to being hurt, by how Golden State traded him, but he didn't necessarily like harp on not being an all-star, because he said that his piece with not making the all-star not one time was that his peers respect his game. And that right there, you got to salute. But I definitely believe Monte should have been an All Star at minimum at least 3 times. But not making it one time was just crazy. And he spoke about how players like Tony Parker, Manu Ginobili, they got All Star nods due to being on a championship team and being under the shadows of Tim Duncan. Now, I do believe Tony Parker, probably was deserving of an All Star too, but I ain't about to just, dive into it. But I understand where Monte was coming from. Um, Monte said that his departure from Golden State was similar to Luka Doncic's, and that he was told one thing yet again, and by the time he left the building and was in traffic, he was traded to another organization. And he didn't go into details, but he said even when Steph Curry arrived at Golden State, the organization was going through some things, and there was a lot of messy things going on, and a lot of players were throwing a brick and hiding his hand.